What if the real reason you can't lose weight has nothing to do with willpower and everything to do with how your body handles insulin? Most people blame themselves when the scale doesn't move. They think they're not disciplined enough, not exercising enough, or that their metabolism is just slow. But what if it's not about effort? What if it's about chemistry? Insulin is one of the most powerful hormones in your body. It's designed to help you use energy from food efficiently, but when it gets out of balance, it quietly locks fat inside your cells and stops your body from burning it. When insulin levels stay high, often because of hidden sugars, constant snacking, or stress, your body gets stuck in storage mode. You can be doing everything right and still not see results because your cells have become resistant to insulin's signal. It's like your body is getting mixed messages. There's energy available, but it can't access it. So you feel tired, hungry, and frustrated. The good news is insulin resistance isn't permanent. You can train your body to respond differently. When you restore insulin sensitivity, you flip a switch that allows your metabolism to shift from storing fat to burning it. You start to feel steady energy throughout the day, your cravings calm down, and your body naturally begins to use fat for fuel. In this video, we'll explore a simple but powerful insulin-based method that helps you burn fat faster by addressing this root cause, not through restriction, but through balance. You'll learn how small science-backed adjustments in your meals, habits, and timing can make your metabolism work with you instead of against you. Comment below, have you ever struggled to lose weight even when you're eating healthy, and could insulin resistance be the reason why? Insulin is often described as the storage hormone, but few people realize just how powerful that description really is. Every time you eat, especially when you eat carbohydrates, your blood sugar rises. Your pancreas releases insulin to help move that sugar out of the bloodstream and into your cells, where it can be used for energy. In a healthy system, insulin levels rise briefly after meals and then drop again once your cells have absorbed what they need. But when your diet, stress, or lifestyle keeps insulin levels elevated for long periods of time, this natural rhythm breaks down and your body shifts into a constant state of storage. When insulin is high, your body gets a clear biochemical message. Store energy, don't burn it. It's like flipping a switch that locks fat inside your cells. Insulin tells your fat cells to take in more fatty acids and glucose, turning them into triglycerides, stored fat. At the same time, it blocks another crucial process called lipolysis, the breakdown of fat for energy. So even if you're eating fewer calories, your body won't easily tap into its fat reserves for fuel, because insulin is signaling it to save, not spend. This is why so many people feel like their metabolism has slowed down or stopped working. In reality, their metabolism is doing exactly what insulin is telling it to do: preserve energy. But the energy stays trapped in storage, and your body keeps sending hunger signals because it still senses that it needs more fuel. You may feel tired after meals, crave sweets or carbs, or notice that weight accumulates around your midsection, especially visceral fat around your organs. That's because these deeper fat stores are particularly sensitive to insulin signals. Visceral fat isn't just a passive energy reserve. It's metabolically active tissue that produces inflammatory compounds and hormones that further disrupt insulin sensitivity. The more visceral fat you store, the more insulin resistant your body becomes, and the more insulin your pancreas releases in response. This creates a feedback loop. High insulin causes more fat storage, and more fat storage leads to even higher insulin levels. Over time, this loop becomes harder to break, and your body becomes numb to insulin's effects, requiring even more of it to manage blood sugar. This cycle explains why weight gain can seem to happen suddenly, or why losing it becomes so difficult, even when you're doing everything right. Your body is protecting you, but in the wrong way, It's acting out of a survival instinct, a system designed to help our ancestors survive famine, but in today's world of constant food availability and frequent eating, that same system traps us in energy storage mode. Insulin also plays a role in how and where fat is stored. When insulin levels are frequently elevated, it prioritizes fat storage in the abdominal region. Belly fat isn't just a cosmetic concern, it's a sign that your body's insulin management system is struggling. Visceral fat cells respond aggressively to insulin, soaking up more energy than other fat depots. They also release fatty acids directly into the liver, which contributes to fatty liver disease and further worsens insulin resistance. The result is a kind of metabolic traffic jam. Glucose can't enter cells efficiently, fat can't be released, and the liver is overwhelmed by excess energy it can't process. Your body keeps producing insulin to try to clear out the backlog, but it just makes the problem worse. It's like trying to stop a flood with more water. When you start to understand this mechanism, it becomes clear why traditional calorie cutting approaches often fail. You can eat less, but if insulin remains high, your body simply adapts by lowering your energy output, slowing your metabolism, reducing body temperature, and conserving energy. You might lose a few pounds initially, but it's rarely sustainable, and the weight often returns quickly once normal eating resumes. The key isn't to fight your body, it's to work asterisk with asterisk it by lowering insulin levels naturally and restoring sensitivity. When insulin finally drops, your body receives a new signal. Asterisk, it's safe to burn fat again. Asterisk, stored energy becomes available, cravings ease, and you begin to feel lighter, both physically and mentally. Your metabolism isn't broken, it's just waiting for the right signal to switch from storage mode to burn mode. That signal starts with balancing insulin. Most people approach weight loss with one idea in mind: eat less, move more. It sounds logical. If you burn more calories than you consume, your body should start using stored fat for energy. But this model assumes that your metabolism is like a calculator, simple and predictable. In reality, your body is more like a thermostat, constantly adjusting to maintain balance, and the hormone that sets that balance more than any other is insulin. If insulin is out of balance, even the strictest diet can feel like pushing a boulder uphill. When you restrict calories, your body notices the drop in energy intake. In response, it activates survival mechanisms that lower your metabolism. Your body becomes more efficient, meaning it burns fewer calories to preserve energy. This might make sense from an evolutionary perspective. Your body assumes you're in a famine. But when insulin levels are high, your fat cells are locked, and your body can't easily use stored fat for fuel. So instead of burning fat, it slows down, holds on to energy, and triggers hunger signals to get you to eat again. You end up tired, moody, and craving the very foods that spike insulin, further refined carbs, and quick energy snacks. This is why so many people start strong with calorie-restricted diets but feel miserable within a few weeks. The body isn't just running out of willpower, it's running out of accessible energy. High insulin acts like a closed gate between your body and its fat stores. You can't tap into that energy, so you feel weak and deprived. Eventually, most people give in to hunger, overeat, and regain the weight they lost, sometimes even more, because the body has learned to be extra cautious and store energy faster the next time around. Even popular approaches like keto or intermittent fasting can fail if insulin isn't truly balanced. Keto works initially because it dramatically reduces carb intake, which lowers insulin in the short term. But if the diet becomes too rigid or stressful, cortisol, another hormone, rises, which can indirectly raise insulin again. The same happens with fasting. If your fasting window is too long or your eating periods are chaotic, the stress on your body can trigger blood sugar spikes when you finally eat. insulin rises sharply to compensate, and your progress stalls. These patterns create what many people experience as the yo effect. You lose a few pounds, hit a plateau, then regain it, not because you failed, but because your metabolism is following insulin's lead. When insulin stays high, your body can't sustain fat burning mode. It's constantly being pushed back into storage mode, no matter how disciplined your eating habits are. You might even notice that your body composition changes. You lose muscle instead of fat, your energy crashes mid-afternoon, and your cravings intensify at night. These are all signs of insulin imbalance. The frustration this creates is enormous. People start to believe they're broken or that weight loss just isn't possible for them. But the truth is, the body is doing exactly what it's designed to do: protect you from starvation. It's responding to mixed messages, a shortage of calories on one hand, and a flood of insulin signals on the other. The result is confusion, both metabolically and emotionally. The missing piece isn't more restriction, it's balance. When you restore insulin sensitivity, your body naturally starts burning fat without feeling deprived. Hunger cues normalize, energy becomes steady, and you no longer need to rely on extreme diets or fasting windows. Small, sustainable shifts like eating nutrient-dense foods, spacing meals properly, and reducing hidden sugars calm your insulin response and allow your metabolism to reset. This is why some people can eat more and still lose fat once their insulin stabilizes. Their bodies are finally able to access stored energy again. The weight loss feels easier, more consistent, and far less stressful. They're not fighting against their biology, they're aligning with it. In the end, traditional diets fail not because people lack discipline, but because they ignore the hormonal context of fat loss. Without addressing insulin, you're always swimming upstream. Once you rebalance it, everything changes: hunger, cravings, mood, and even confidence. It's not about eating less, it's about teaching your body how to burn more efficiently by restoring the signal that was there all along. Insulin sensitivity is a term that sounds complicated, but it's actually a simple idea once you visualize it. Think of insulin as a key and your cells as doors. When insulin is working properly, the key fits perfectly, the door opens, and glucose, the energy from your food, flows inside to be used or stored efficiently. Your muscles, liver, and fat cells all receive the energy they need without any backlog. Everything moves smoothly, and your metabolism functions like a well-oiled machine. Now imagine what happens when your cells become resistant to insulin. The key no longer fits well. The doors are partially stuck, so glucose struggles to enter. Blood sugar rises, and your pancreas produces even more insulin to try to open those doors. It's like turning a faucet harder and harder, but the water barely comes out. Your cells aren't receiving the energy they need, so your body sends hunger signals and starts storing more fat, especially in stubborn areas like the belly. Meanwhile, your energy levels drop, cravings spike, and you feel trapped in a cycle of fatigue and overeating. Improving insulin sensitivity is essentially fixing the lock on those doors. When the key works again, glucose can flow into cells efficiently, giving your muscles and organs the energy they need. At the same time, your body no longer feels the need to hold on to excess fat. Stored energy becomes accessible and fat metabolism ramps up. You start to burn fat naturally for fuel instead of feeling like you have to fight against your own body. A simple way to picture this is imagining your body as a city powered by electricity. Glucose is the fuel, insulin is the transmission grid, and your cells are the homes and factories. When insulin sensitivity is high, electricity flows smoothly, powering everything efficiently. Factories run, lights stay on, and energy is used where it's needed. When insulin resistance sets in, it's like the grid is damaged. Power is blocked from reaching the factories, so the city has to store extra fuel in warehouses. Some areas get too much energy, others too little, and nothing operates optimally. Restoring insulin sensitivity repairs the grid, making energy flow naturally to where it's needed while drawing down stored reserves. The process of improving insulin sensitivity doesn't require extremes, it's about consistent, smart habits. Physical activity is one of the most effective ways to open the doors to your cells. Even moderate exercise signals your muscles to take up glucose independently of insulin, reducing the burden on your pancreas. Nutrition also plays a key role. Pairing carbohydrates with protein and fiber slows glucose release, preventing sharp spikes and keeping insulin levels steady. Timing your meals so that your body has a predictable rhythm of energy intake and fasting periods further enhances sensitivity, giving your cells a clear pattern to follow. When insulin sensitivity improves, your metabolism shifts from a storage, focused mode to a fat, burning mode. Glucose is used efficiently, fat is broken down for energy, and your body no longer clings to every calorie as if it's scarce. Energy levels stabilize, cravings diminish, and weight loss becomes a natural byproduct rather than a constant struggle. Even small improvements compound over time. Each meal that triggers a balanced insulin response, each workout that helps muscles absorb glucose, and each habit that reduces stress or inflammation contributes to a system that functions more like a fat burning machine. Visualizing insulin sensitivity this way makes it clear that fat loss isn't just about cutting calories or hitting the gym harder. It's about improving the way your body handles energy at a cellular level. Once your cells respond properly to insulin, your body can access stored fat effortlessly, energy flows smoothly, and metabolism becomes a predictable, efficient engine. You're no longer fighting biology, you're finally working with it, and that's when sustainable fat loss becomes achievable. Many people are surprised to learn that weight loss struggles aren't always about how much they eat or exercise, but rather about how certain everyday habits silently push insulin higher than it should be. Insulin is a powerful hormone, and even small, repeated triggers can keep your body stuck in storage mode, making fat burning nearly impossible. One of the most common culprits is frequent snacking. When you eat constantly, even if it's healthy food, your insulin never fully drops. Your body is continuously receiving the signal to store energy rather than release it. Over time, this pattern prevents your cells from accessing stored fat, leaving you feeling constantly hungry and frustrated that nothing seems to work. Hidden sugars are another sneaky factor. Sugars lurk in sauces, beverages, breads, and even seemingly healthy snacks. Every time you consume sugar, blood glucose rises, insulin spikes, and your body is prompted to store more fat. Many people don't realize that these small amounts, consumed throughout the day, can add up and create a persistent insulin imbalance. Even if you avoid obvious desserts, these hidden sugars can sabotage your fat burning efforts, keeping the body in a state where fat release is blocked and energy levels fluctuate. Poor sleep is also a major influencer of insulin. When you don't get enough quality rest, your body increases stress hormones like cortisol. Cortisol works in tandem with insulin in ways that can elevate blood sugar and promote fat storage, especially around the belly. Sleep deprivation also impairs your body's ability to regulate hunger hormones, making you crave high-carb, high-sugar foods that trigger insulin even further. Over time, consistently poor sleep sets the stage for a metabolic environment where fat burning is suppressed and energy crashes are the norm. Stress is another hidden driver of elevated insulin. Even when your diet is perfect, chronic stress triggers the release of hormones that interfere with insulin's effectiveness. Your body perceives stress as a threat, and in response, it prepares for survival by storing energy in fat cells while slowing down energy expenditure. This is a mechanism designed to protect you, but in today's world, it can keep your metabolism locked in a constant storage state. Stress eating compounds the problem by introducing more glucose spikes, making it even harder for your body to switch into fat burning mode. Other everyday habits can subtly sabotage insulin control as well. Eating large meals late at night when the body is less metabolically active can lead to prolonged insulin elevation. Relying on processed foods and refined carbohydrates instead of balanced meals with protein, fiber, and healthy fats can cause repeated blood sugar swings. Even sitting for long periods without movement reduces insulin sensitivity in muscle cells, limiting glucose uptake and fat metabolism. Collectively, these small patterns may seem insignificant individually, but together they create a persistent signal that your body should store energy rather than burn it. The consequence of these habits is a body trapped in storage mode. Fat is held tightly in cells, energy from food doesn't flow efficiently, and cravings continue to drive behavior that keeps insulin elevated. People often feel stuck despite eating clean or exercising regularly because they are unknowingly reinforcing the very signals that block fat burning. The key to overcoming this isn't about perfection, but awareness and small adjustments. Reducing snacking, checking for hidden sugars, prioritizing restorative sleep, managing stress, and incorporating movement breaks are simple interventions that can lower insulin throughout the day. These changes allow the body to finally experience periods where insulin is low, fat can be accessed for energy, and metabolism can reset. Each small adjustment compounds, creating an environment where fat burning becomes possible, energy stabilizes, and cravings diminish. By addressing these everyday habits, you're not just dieting, you're teaching your body how to return to its natural fat burning rhythm. Once these patterns are recognized and adjusted, the body begins to respond in ways that feel effortless. Fat release becomes easier, energy flows more consistently, and the struggle of feeling trapped in storage mode begins to fade. Habits that once sabotaged insulin control can be transformed into routines that support metabolism, allowing weight loss to become sustainable and less frustrating. Improving insulin sensitivity naturally is not about drastic restrictions or complex routines. It's about small, consistent actions that guide your body back into balance. One of the most effective strategies is meal timing. Spacing meals evenly throughout the day helps prevent constant insulin spikes. For example, waiting 3 to 4 hours between meals allows insulin to drop fully, giving your body a chance to access stored fat for energy. Pairing meals strategically can also make a big difference. Combining carbohydrates with protein, healthy fats, and fiber slows the release of glucose into the bloodstream, reducing the intensity of insulin spikes. Simple swaps like adding avocado to toast or pairing fruit with nuts can support this process without feeling restrictive. Daily movement is another powerful tool for resetting insulin function. Physical activity signals your muscle cells to take up glucose efficiently, even independently of insulin. Walking after meals, short bursts of bodyweight exercises, or consistent moderate exercise like cycling or swimming can improve insulin sensitivity over time. Even small changes like standing more during the day or taking the stairs contribute to better glucose regulation. The key is consistency rather than intensity repeated. Manageable activity signals your body that energy is needed and accessible, encouraging fat metabolism. Hydration also plays a surprisingly important role. Water supports every metabolic process, including glucose transport and energy utilization. When you're well hydrated, your body can circulate nutrients more efficiently, which reduces stress on insulin pathways. Dehydration, even mild, can trigger hormonal responses that make blood sugar regulation less effective. Making hydration a habit, such as starting the day with a glass of water and keeping a bottle nearby throughout the day, supports both insulin function and overall energy levels. Recovery habits like sleep and stress management are equally critical. Adequate sleep restores hormonal balance, lowers cortisol, and helps maintain insulin sensitivity. Poor or inconsistent sleep can blunt these benefits, making it harder for your body to burn fat and respond to meals appropriately. Stress reduction techniques, whether through mindfulness, deep breathing, or short breaks in nature, also lower the hormonal signals that interfere with insulin. Even 5 to 10 minutes of focused relaxation during the day can make a measurable difference over time. Simple evidence backed adjustments to your environment and routines reinforce these changes. For example, preparing balanced meals ahead of time prevents last-minute choices that spike insulin. Setting reminders to move or drink water helps make healthy behaviors automatic. Incorporating variety in exercise prevents plateaus and engages multiple muscle groups, which improves glucose uptake. Monitoring portions and avoiding excessive snacking allows insulin to follow its natural rhythm, giving your body repeated windows to burn stored fat. Consistency matters more than perfection. You don't need to overhaul your entire life in 1 week. Even implementing 2 or 3 of these strategies daily, such as spacing meals, adding a short walk after lunch, and improving sleep quality, begins to signal your body to function more efficiently. Over time, these small habits compound, lowering baseline insulin levels, improving cellular response, and allowing your metabolism to shift from storage mode to fat burning mode. It's also important to recognize progress in subtle ways. Increased energy, reduced cravings, better mood, and more stable blood sugar throughout the day are all signs that insulin sensitivity is improving. The physical results, weight loss, or changes in body composition follow naturally when your body operates efficiently. By adopting practical, realistic strategies, you're teaching your body to handle glucose effectively, release stored fat, and maintain balanced energy. This approach emphasizes patience and self-compassion. Resetting insulin isn't about a temporary fix or extreme measures. It's about creating a supportive daily environment for your metabolism. By combining thoughtful meal planning, nutrient pairing, consistent movement, hydration, and recovery practices, you empower your body to naturally regulate insulin, unlock fat stores, and sustain energy. The benefits ripple beyond weight loss. Improved focus, mood, and overall well-being follow as your body learns to function as it was designed, efficiently, flexibly, and in balance. Building a long-term insulin balanced lifestyle isn't about following extreme diets or complicated rules. It's about creating a daily rhythm that naturally supports your body's ability to regulate energy. Start by thinking of your meals as signals, not restrictions. Consistently providing balanced nutrients, protein, fiber, healthy fats, and moderate carbohydrates tells your body when to release insulin and when to allow fat to be used for energy. Rather than cutting calories excessively or skipping meals, focus on portion control and nutrient quality. Small, repeatable habits over time have a bigger impact than short-term, drastic measures. Structuring your day with predictable meal timing helps maintain steady insulin levels. Leaving a few hours between meals allows insulin to drop fully, giving your body the opportunity to access stored fat. Pairing carbohydrates with protein and fiber slows glucose absorption and reduces sharp spikes, creating smoother energy throughout the day. Keeping snacks purposeful rather than constant prevents your body from being trapped in storage mode. Over time, this pattern trains your metabolism to operate efficiently, allowing fat burning to become a natural and sustainable part of your day. Movement should be integrated into your lifestyle in a realistic way. You don't need hours at the gym walking after meals, stretching, or short bouts of strength training signal your muscles to take up glucose and improve insulin sensitivity. Consistency matters more than intensity, and the benefits compound with small daily actions. Even standing more, taking stairs, or incorporating light activity during work breaks helps maintain balanced energy and prevents metabolic stagnation. Recovery and self-care are equally essential. Prioritizing quality sleep allows hormones to reset, stabilizes hunger cues, and reduces stress-related insulin spikes. Stress management practices, whether mindfulness, breathing exercises, or brief periods in nature, create an internal environment that supports fat burning. Neglecting these areas can undo dietary and activity efforts, but simple, repeatable practices foster long-term metabolic resilience. Hydration and mindful eating also reinforce balance. Drinking adequate water supports cellular function, nutrient transport, and energy utilization. Paying attention to hunger and fullness cues allows you to respond naturally to your body's needs rather than eating out of habit or emotion. These small, deliberate choices add up, helping maintain insulin stability and preventing the metabolic trap that hinders fat loss. Sustainability is about flexibility and self-compassion. Life will have irregularities, social events, travel, stress, but an insulin-balanced lifestyle isn't broken by occasional deviations. It's designed to recover smoothly, allowing you to return to healthy rhythms without guilt or frustration. Tracking patterns, adjusting portion sizes, and prioritizing recovery ensures your body continues to respond positively over time. The power of this approach lies in its simplicity and consistency. By focusing on meal composition, timing, movement, hydration, sleep, and stress management, you create an environment where insulin remains balanced, fat burning stays active, and energy levels remain steady. Your metabolism becomes predictable, cravings diminish, and your body operates efficiently without extreme measures. This lifestyle is empowering because it puts control back in your hands. You no longer have to fight your biology or rely on temporary solutions. With daily habits that reinforce insulin balance, weight loss becomes a natural outcome and overall well-being improves. Over time, these small, intentional changes build momentum, creating lasting results in body composition, energy, and confidence. By adopting a long-term, balanced approach, you can finally escape the frustration of diets that don't work, break free from fat storage mode, and experience sustainable fat loss. Every choice, from the food you eat to the movement you do and the sleep you prioritize, contributes to a metabolism that functions smoothly. With patience, consistency, and awareness, your body can thrive, your energy can stabilize, and your fat burning potential can be fully realized. This is not a temporary fix. It's a lifestyle you can carry forward with confidence and hope.